Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampItCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me for our February card class. Very excited today. We are doing cards geared towards babies and kids. So we have a girl birthday, a boy birthday, and a baby card, which could also be a birthday too. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to remind you of. If you received a coupon in January for bonus days, make sure to spend that this month. They expire at the end of February, so you don't want to miss out on that, on those savings. And then next month we have our new online exclusives. Now today you're going to get a sneak peek at 2 of those new online exclusives. So I'm going to do the baby card first. And then on the boy card and the girl card, I actually used 2 of the new online exclusives. So you'll get a sneak peek on those. And let's see. I think that's mainly it. We still have our starter kit special going on through March 2nd. And when you purchase the starter kit, you receive the new Stampin' Positioner for free. So that's a great new product. I'll try to get that demonstrated before the end of the month too. Okay, let's get started. I haven't talked to anyone yet this morning, so sometimes my voice takes a little while to get warmed up. Okay, let me show you our baby cards. So when you do the class, or if you spend $50 with me online before tax and shipping, and that's after coupons and rewards, you'll get a set to make these cards for free, and you'll get 2 of each. So you'll get a boy and a girl baby. So this is what they look like. I've used different embellishments, so I'll show you those as we go. And then we use this little Woolly Friends sheet for the little, it's a punch, so you'll see that. Okay, so that's the card. I'm gonna do the boy card. I have class tonight, so I'm going to do the boy card now, and then I'm going to do the girl card tonight. Okay, so we're using Balmy Blue for the base of our card. And then we're using the eyelet embossing folder, which is perfect for spring, perfect for babies. It's just so sweet. So we're going to use this as our kind of background texture. So cute. All right, and then our designer paper. This is in the mini catalog. I think it's called Mix Patterns designer paper. It doesn't go with the suite. It's closer to the back of the catalog. It's kind of a standalone item. And I'm just layering it on the thinnest layer of black, like a little mat. Slide that over. Oh well, that's okay. Just to make that designer pop a little bit, that designer paper. I'm gonna put it down near bottom of center. Then this is the heart from that Valentine's suite we have in the mini catalog. I don't know if you look at my die cutter, these little holes, man. They cut out well, but they stick to your cutting plates, and you got to make sure you get them all out. Okay, so I'm just going to center that right there. Oh, I have to do a little stamping. This is the punch. Okay, we've got our shape, we've got some words, we got to do a little coloring, and we're using Memento and Versamark. We're going to grab our embossing buddy. I should have done this before I glued it. I'm just way ahead of myself. So let's go ahead and do our embossing with the Versamark, and we're going to stamp Welcome Cutie on the front. And then we'll stamp the inside with black. Let's go ahead and get some white powder on here. And then emboss this, and then we can do our memento stamping. It doesn't look too bright yet, but once it starts melting, it's going to be nice and bright. And I just thought the white embossing on the sentiment looked cuter than just a plain black. Just makes it a little more special. Okay, I think that looks good. It's actually quite quick to do heat embossing. Okay, we're done with that. Now let's do our stamping with the memento. All right, we're gonna do the inside. It just says, "You're simply fabulous," which could work for a baby, or if you have something else, you can do that. Isn't that cute? Okay, now on this white strip, we're gonna stamp our sheep. And if you look at the punch, just a tip, these are very close together. So it's a little harder to get all the pieces on one block and stamp it. It can be done, but because they are so close together, I'm just gonna punch them individually. And I'm gonna go in from the left, or from this side. So I wanna make sure my sheep head is on the left side of my paper. And that way I've given myself a little extra on this end to kind of use as a handle. But I want to, it's a little tricky, so you don't want to put it over there and stamp your sheep body and then you've cut out all your other things. So you want to start on one end and work your way over. I want to get my, okay. I say that, this won't punch out that. It won't punch out my body because I use the jumping sheep, and this only punches out the standing sheep. But I can punch out my bow, but it's up here, so I might even. That's a little trickier. Let's see if we can make a little handle to hold that. Maybe, maybe not. I gotta cut a little bit off. You know what? This is taking too long. Get it out of there. We're just gonna cut it. My goodness. Okay. If you're using the standing sheep, you can use the punch. You can use the punch for the head too. But I'm doing the jumping sheep because I think it's super fun. Because it's jumping for joy with the new baby coming. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I love babies. We're going down to visit our Chattanooga children with their new baby and 3-year-old for Easter, and then some of the others are going as well. So super excited to see everyone. Where did my bow go? Oh, here it is. Yikes. I don't know. I seem to be having that problem a lot lately where I can't find what is right in front of me. Okay. All right. So let's do a little bit of coloring. I have Dark Pretty in Pink. All I'm gonna do is his nose and maybe a little bit of on the ear. Okay, I'm using Light Smoky Slate. I don't know what the tip of that looks like. And we're just going to do, not great. We'll use the other end. Times my I do use these for class, so sometimes they get a little used. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of the around the edges of the wall. Okay. That's probably it. Now, if I was doing the girl, I would do a pink bow, but I'm doing the boy, so we're going to just do, I think this is dark balmy blue. We're just going to do the bow with this one. All right, time for assembly. Let's grab some dimensionals. I'm using up a strip that I had. And I want him just kind of jumping onto the heart. Pop up his head. And we're just going to use a little glue to glue this down, kind of under the head. All right, that's so little. Hard to pick up. Okay. Just gonna tuck it right under there. Now for the boy, I have some of these left over, which is what I'm gonna use today, traditional sparkling sequins. I love these. I had a lot and I never used the blue ones. This is I had a bunch of these because these are gorgeous. But I never used the blue ones, so even though they're on the last chance list, I wanted to use them. So we're using these for the boy sheep, and then for the girl sheep, for the girl baby card, I use the Iridescent Pearl Basic Jewels because these are just very feminine. Okay, so that is card number 1. We're going to get this cleaned up, and then we'll start card number 2. We have class tonight, so you got to make sure everything goes back into the correct baskets here. Now, I do have a Wink of Stella, so if you want to glitter up the little bow, you can. Because we do have glittery embellishments. Okay. We will move this aside. We're done with that one. Let's get on to our boy card. So this is the card we're going to make. This is using the new Ready, Set, Go stamp set. Now, this does not come with dies, but this is in the new online exclusives that premiere March 3rd. So you cannot buy this yet. Just FYI, you cannot purchase this until March 3rd. So just giving you a little heads up. I see my camera's going down just a hair. This will not be available until March 3rd. But we're doing this as a sneak peek in card class this month because we just don't have that many boy sets, or I don't have that many boy sets. Somehow I've managed to get red ink on that, but that's okay. All right, so with this one, we do have to do a little coloring and a little cutting out. Let me grab my inks. We're going to use Real Red and Memento. All right, so we have a thick white card base. It's hidden in my bone folder. And then I've used the Soft Waves embossing folder just to kind of like, I don't know. It could be tire tracks. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. We're going to do assembly last. I have a piece of Real Red. I have some vellum that we're going to use here, Real Red. And then I have this one. It's going to go on the red. And then this is for our race car and our little flags. I am sorry if that shakes the table. So let's stamp our race car. And we're going to stamp our flags. All right, and then on here, we have kind of these little tire tracks. And I'm going to stamp them twice. I do once there, and I flip it upside down and stamp again. And then I'm going to stamp my words in, oh, I should have another, but this is what I'm looking for. It's a checkerboard pattern. I'm just going to stamp that one right there. And then we'll grab Real Red and stamp our words. Just so it pops out a little different. On the front, I'm going to do Ready, Set, Go. Like that. Oh, I got some red ink on there. That's messy. Okay. And then on the inside, I'll do Happy Birthday. All right. You know what? Let's grab our black and let's do a little flag for the birthday and for our envelope. Why not? Okay, that's our stamping done. Now that I've got inky fingers, we're gonna do some coloring. This probably takes the longest. I have yellow. This is Dark Daffodil Delight. I'm just doing his helmet. That's the only thing that gives daffodil. We're gonna do light Real Red. And this is pretty small. I'm gonna do the sign in the back. And then, I don't know what this is called. I do not know cars. I want to see the spoiler, but I think that's in the back. So I don't know. But I'm doing this in red. And you can pick whatever colors you like. Okay, I think that's it in red. With the blue, I'm using Blueberry Bushel. This is the light Blueberry Bushel. This is the main color of my car. I'll do the back. This is very thin, so I gotta concentrate because, you know, I'm not the world's best colorer. Okay, and then we're gonna do the car. Usually I take my glasses off and get real close. Okay. I'm smelling cinnamon. I think it's my candle. I'm not burning it, but it smells kind of like coffee. Okay, and then we have this part of the car. All right, I probably should have had one already done. All right, I think that's close enough. I'm going to take a light basic black. I'm going to have to use the smaller end. We're going to do the wheels with this. So I like to just do one wheel at a time to make sure I just get that part of it. And we'll do this wheel. And I didn't use dark because I did want the lines to show through just a little bit. Okay, and then there's a little line in between those struts. It's easier for me to color when I go around like this. Okay. Now, you may not want to make a ton of these, just unless you love coloring. I know some of you really like coloring. I did these for a swap since I'd already designed this. I don't know, that should be blue. I'm gonna make it black. So as long as I'm designing, I'm doing this for a swap at On Stage for my birthday swap. So I'm using dark smoky slate for the inside of the tires, the struts, these little, I don't know, exhaust things there. They kind of overlap a bit. Really, if you do all the certain colors at one time, it goes a little quicker. I'm going to color the rest of the inside there yellow. I don't know. Whew, that's a lot. Okay, we don't have to color the flag. We do have to cut out, which actually does not take that long. There's not too many intricate shapes here. And if you have like a Brother Scan and Cut or something like that, you can use that as well, especially if you're doing a bunch of them. Okay. But I did, how many did I do? 12 plus my sample for class today. So this is my 14th one that I have colored. And it does get quicker the more you do it. And if you're doing it in bulk, I do one color and go through all of them with that one color. And then I go to the next color. So that seems to make it go a little quicker. Plus, you know, you can binge watch a new show or something. Okay. There we go. That was definitely quicker. Okay, now we're going to cut out our flag. Okay, the next one doesn't have any cutting. 2 with cutting, 1 with not. 1 with no cutting. Okay. I do kind of wish they had a little die set that went with this. That would have been nice. We've had, do you remember, not too long ago, we had the little airplane. It had different little airplane pieces. And it would have been cool to have like a race car that die cut the race car pieces. Would have been good, along with cutting out the main race car. Okay, oh my goodness. So much. All right, let's assemble. Make sure that's down well. And we're going to glue our emboss piece. So you could use either the So Swirly or the Soft Waves embossing folder. I wanted to do the Soft Waves. It's a little stronger, and I felt we needed some pattern on there. So I'm doing just a little bit of vellum. That's going to be hidden behind my red, so I just glued it down. And And this red, real red goes, covers, it's the same width as the blue. Okay, I don't know which one is straight or not. We'll go with this. All right. Glue that down. Let's grab our edge dimensionals we're trying to use up. Pop that on right there. And then I think those will fit right there. We'll pop up our flag. Okay, I'm just going to pop it up right there, and then let's use some embellishments. I have got these. These are adhesive back metallic gems. They don't normally come with a whole lot of each color, so I have a lot of copper left. There's gold, copper, and silver. So I'm going to use my copper today. So I'm going to do a small and a large, or a large and a small. And that's it. I have my little bit of red. I'm going to see if I can get rid of that with my adhesive remover, or my sand eraser. Oh, I got rid of some of it. These sand erasers, you can find them on Amazon by Tombow. They also have just generic ones, but if you have a light smudge of ink, if it's stamped like this, it's not getting rid of it. But if it's just a light little smudge, it just kind of removes that top piece of paper, and that's gotten rid of most of that. So it looks much better. Okay, so that is card number 2. Whew, lots of stamping on that one. Stamping, coloring, and cutting out. So let's clean these up. We'll have these ready for class. I just got more red ink on my hands. Okay. These will probably be gone after this catalog, so if you like them, they're a little more masculine. Even though they're shiny, they're metallic, and they're not really sparkly. They're just kind of have a shine to them. That might be something if you want to make some masculine cards you could use. Okay, now we have our girl card. Whoop, I got left out. This is also using a new online exclusive. It is called Cutest Crew. We're going to be using this next month in classes as well. But this is called Cutest Crew. It's got birds, puppies, cats, some extra little stamps, and then 4 different sentiments. Super cute. I'm doing the kitties because it's for girls, but if you got this set, you could do puppies. It's up to you. The dies also cut out the images. We have some borders. We have some other things. And then it cuts out these cute little just die cut images that you don't stamp, but they come out die cut. Adorable. Adorable. Love these things. Okay. This one does involve a bit of coloring, but that's okay. I can do with some little coloring. So I'm using Bubble Bath for my card base. And then this is also from the new Mixed Patterns designer paper. And it's just a very light pink. And then I'm using gray granite for my base. And then we have a piece of white we're going to stamp our cats on. And then this is a circle using the Spotlight on Nature dies, which are a bunch of circle dies, which are super cute. This also has just a little hello, so it doesn't have to be for kids. That could be, you know, for someone who loves cats or loves dogs or birds, and you could just send them a hello card. But I'm doing kids, so we're doing a happy birthday. And then we're gonna stamp our cats, our long row of cats, right on here. Not sure this has an inside birthday sentiment, does it? Oh, it has "Have the best day." Why do I not have that on my block? I don't know. Well, it's not on here, so maybe it is on my block. Yes, it is. Do I remember what I do? Not always. I don't always remember what's going on. Have the best day. Perfect for birthdays. Okay, my goodness. Let's do some quick coloring. I have got Dark Bubble Bath, which we of course are going to use on our butterflies because kitties are not normally pink, but if you wanted, you could do a rainbow of kitties, pink, purple, green, and blue kitties. It doesn't matter. It's for a kid. All right, so I have Light Timid Tiger. Let me see. I think I'm going to do this kitty. Oh, that's darker. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do two different shades of orange kitties, and then a couple shades of gray kitties. We have had 5 cats in our life. I don't know about you guys. But John and I, between the two of us, have had 5 cats. We've had a Calico, a Tabby. We have Katniss, who some of you know, who's kind of a long-haired Tabby. The other one was a short-haired Tabby. And then we had a black and white cat that we had in Florida that we had when we first moved here. So that's 4. Oh, and then we had Luna, and she was all black. We had her here as well. So we've had 5 cats and 1 dog who had puppies. So we had the puppies for a short while. This, by the way, is Light Pecan Pie. We had Light Timid Tiger, and this is Light Pumpkin Pie. I feel like my Timid Tiger cat's got a white spot. But if you have cats, this is Light Gray Granite, and you could color them different colors if you want. I am way too lazy to do different colors on my cats that I'm coloring here. They're all being solid kitties. Light Gray Granite, and this is Dark Gray Granite. This gray right here is Gray Granite, which is why I'm using this. I'm also using my Smoky Slate on the cars. So I did not have that available to do a Smoky Slate kitty. So we're doing Gray Granite kitties. Although the end of this Gray Granite's not doing too well. Okay. So fortunately we have dies to cut these out. And I do want to put my Wink of Stella. I will use Wink of Stella on my butterflies. Hold on, let me grab it out of this one. Because it's cute. Okay. Let's cut out our cats. I'm gonna pull in our decrepit die cutting machine. Look at all those pieces from those hearts from the baby card. This is an older pad on the bottom. So I do need to take it downstairs and scrub it good with my potato scrub brush. Get all those pieces out. Okay. Well, get it out for a minute. That's not the piece we want. All right. And it cuts that out nicely. And so let's do our assembly. We're going to glue this designer paper down. Onto our gray granite. And this glues right to the front of our card front. Make sure my words are on the right side. I don't even know how many times lately I have put them on right here, or I flipped them over. Cuckoo. All right, we're gonna glue this right here to the center. And then we're gonna pop up our little cats. Do 1, 2, 3. Pop them up right there, covering the bottom of that circle. And then embellishments, I am using, these are the neutral matte dots, and they come in 4 colors. There was a color here that I have used all of. It may be gray. I'm gonna guess gray, but don't quote me because I'm not. Let me see if I have no, pecan pie. That's the color they were. That's all I have left out of 3 packs of the pecan pie. Have not used the white, so we are using whites on here. Our white dot, since it's a little girl card. And that's it. Isn't that sweet? So these are the 3 different projects. You'll do 2 of each for if you place your order. And I think that's it for today. So just remember, you cannot order these until March 3rd. You can order all the other stuff on here now, but just not the stamps and dies yet. And then with the, you can order everything on this baby card right here. But when I'll post a list of supplies on my blog, and then if you place the order, oh my gosh, this keeps tilting. I am so sorry. I don't know, now I lost my train of thought. I don't know. If you place the order, I'll send you a PDF with measurements and supplies as well. So I think that's it. Hi, Cindy. It seems we have Cindy on today. Who else do we have? We have Sandy. Hello. Somebody else. Oh, Cassandra. Hi, Cassandra. I was just thinking about you. All right. That is all I have for today. I apologize. I wasn't even looking at my camera. I'm still, technology is not my thing. I'm working on it. All right. Thanks everybody for coming by, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.